Hi everybody, it's me Phuong Linh here, and today I'm going to talk about how schools can nurture every student's genius. 1. What main problem in traditional education does Trish, Millines, Dziko identify in the talk? Well, in our traditional education system, we use too much test, and the people who give us those tests, they just want to know the amount of information there is in our head. They don't actually give us projects and the things that can actually help us in our usual life. Yes. According to Dziko, how does project-based learning, PBL, differ from conventional textbook-based or test-oriented schooling? Well, the PBL kind of teaching, it helps us actually use our brain and it gives us the things that we could actually use in our usual life. Let's say that you are doing a project about spaceships, and then you will just understand those the things about spaceships and fire and materials and things. Well, I'm not so sure because I've never actually had that kind of project, but it will give you the information or the kind of things that you could actually use in your daily life. In the example of the space colony project at the elementary school, what kinds of tasks did students undertake, and why are those tasks meaningful? Well, the students had to know how many people the spaceship could carry, or maybe how long it could stay in space, or the material, like I just said. There are many skills that the student have to actually use and they can use in their real life. And that those tasks could be meaningful because the students and the students that have the PBL based the PBL based the project based learning, if they use that kind of learning, they can actually use the skills that they learn in real life. How might engaging in projects like Space Colony affect students' sense of agency, creativity, and identifying as learners? About creativity, we don't have to we don't actually have to talk about that, because if you want to make a spaceship, you have to get creativity. You have to get creative in order to just draw a spaceship. About the sense of agency and identify, you can actually learn those in many tasks in life, but having those project based could actually help a lot because it's like in an educational system, so you could get help and teamwork from other people. What role do community professionals play in the model of education Dziko describes, and why is that significant? Um, the community professionals, like the outside traditional teachers, your parents, your friends, your family members, people like that, they could actually help in your with your goal of studying new things, because it's they could help give you feedbacks and the things that you could improve, because they're not just educational traditional teachers. They just want to teach you the information, but the real life experiences you could get from many people in your life. How does this approach address issues of the equity and inclusion, especially for marginalized or underrepresented students? Well, I don't understand, so can't answer. What are the potential challenges or drawbacks in shifting from standard schooling to a PBL-based student-centered model? Well, if you're studying in the traditional way, you will just get used to it, and when you try to use the PBL-based learning, it will be a little bit hard because you are just not familiar to it. It's you have to think a lot, you have to get creative, you have to think outside of the box. So it would be a little bit different. No, very different from the traditional kind of learning, but it's better. I just know that. If we were to try to implement Dziko's vision in schools in your country, what changes would need to be made in curriculum, teacher training, community involvement, and education policy? Well, if I were to do it, I would have to change the teachers first. No, I'll just change like the way they teach. They'll use more projects. They'll encourage more like creativity and skills. Well, you can see that I think that creativity is just like it's like a really essential skill. No, it's just like an essential thing that you have to have in your life in order to just like think of new things and get ideas. You will become an ideatical. Yeah, I think so. And I could change the teachers training, the community involvement. Well, I could ask like parents to help their children and like help the other students to actually understand and know what they could do to help the community. How could students, parents, and educators individually and collectively contribute to making such a transformational possible? Well, first we have to actually know why we should do it and what we could get after we do it. So if everybody like actually understands the benefit of this kind of learning, we could actually change our whole community just to get like better students and make other students a genius. Well, that's actually the whole point of the talk. Okay, thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.